Through this early extraordinary introduction to Islam, there were far more who persevered and understand how the early teachings freed our minds from the mental hangover of slavery and prepared us for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's seventh son, Imam W.D. Muhammad, and his teachings of the basic tenets and pillars of Islam and humanity. As the work of this religion progresses, a new group of pioneers emerge. President Wellesley Muhammad II and the coordinators of this great 23rd annual Muslim conference, Imam Kareem Muhammad, Imam Ghulam Muhammad, are pioneers that are at the forefront of strengthening the Muslim community through annual conventions, doing what pioneers do, leading the way. New Jersey's Imam Albert Muhammad, Religion Week's live talk show, my son-in-law, and brother Deen of Father, Son, Men, and Boys, the youth advocate, are pioneers in self-sufficiency and education respectively. They are pioneers forging ahead, focusing our community and youth. Finally, there are so many future pioneers and imams throughout the country leading the way, forging ahead and breaking new ground to offer the understanding and gift of Islam and community to the African American and all who choose to embrace the ministry of Imam W.D. Muhammad. May each of these pioneers enjoy Allah's mercy, grace, and reward. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Susanna. Thank you. The excellent presentation. The next person that's going to come up is Worthy Muhammad II. And I've been traveling with him. I've been on board of the Mosque here. And I've witnessed miracles. Miracles. One of the speakers will be here Sunday. He is the head of a loose-knit coalition of Islamic groups, which include ISNA, ICNA, and so forth. And they invited us to the table. And when they invited us to the table, they asked Worthy Muhammad II what would it like to be called. Wellesley Muhammad or Worthy Muhammad. His name is Worthy Muhammad because his father named him that. Also Wellesley, but they're known as Wellesley. But the name tag that they had there, his assembly of Islamic groups, their leader, the ministry of man, W.D. Think about it. Wherever he goes, they're not afraid to say the ministry of Imam W.D. The World Council of Religion of Peace. He is, they put him on the sector of the inner chamber, where the main governing body is Father Muhammad. They made him a national president of the World Council of Religion of Peace. And he has the opportunity to be in his father's position as one of the international presidents of the World Council of Peace. And the brother who was coordinating that program, he wrote the article, for the most part, in the Muslim Journal, saying Worthy Muhammad II was put in the position that his father had set, the World Council of Religion and Peace. And now, the President of the United States invited him to the iftar dinner, and he sat at the table with the President of the United States. And the President says that he knew Imam W.D. Muhammad, and that this is the model community. And with that, I bring before you, again, the grandson of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the son of Imam W.D. Muhammad, President of Mosque, Ministry of Imam W.D. Muhammad, the President of the W.D. Young Publication, which is a vision the knowledge and insight, the wisdom, the hikmah of Al-Islam, I bring before you the son of Imam W. Muhammad, the word of Deen Muhammad II. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As peace, may Allah's blessings and mercy be upon us all. Ameen. What can I say? I never prepared myself to think that I would be blessed with the opportunity to address our pioneers, beautiful pioneers that are responsible for all of the great history that we have behind us and all of the great accomplishments that we've made as a community and as a group under two of the greatest leaders of our time that the world has ever witnessed, Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his son, Imam Deen Muhammad. So I'm humbled, first of all, greatly by this, because my father, being a wise teacher he taught me to be humble and to respect and love the community the way he was raised in the community. If you reflect back, which the pioneers have no trouble doing, reflecting back to the early days when we were a small group of believers that were faithful people that loved Allah and loved their leader, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and wanted to nurture and see this community become the great community that Honorable Elijah Muhammad had taught us that we were destined to be, and were witnesses alongside him and helped him raise his son, Imam Deen Muhammad. So when Imam Muhammad raised me, he raised me in the light that he knew, that he had, that he wasn't a big guy looking for power or looking for influence or looking for material wealth or material gain. He was a spiritual person, guided by parents who were deeply spiritual and deeply faithful people, and a part of a community, a part of a greater community with big and great aspirations for their future. And they had no greater love or interest for their own personal lives than they had for their future life. So they transferred the love and the respect and the knowledge and wisdom that was passed on to them from Honorable Elijah Muhammad and from his teacher, W.D. Farad, and they did what they could do, what the best they could do with it. And they transferred that belief and that faith into love for their future and the youth, and produced the man that we consider being one of the most enlightened religious scholars of our time. You know, that's how I view Imam Muhammad, as being not just a scholar for Islam, but a man seeking to find God and seeking to find his purpose as a creation of God. And Allah blessed him along his journey to become one of the most effective people in portraying or communicating what he found as scripture, a guidance and light in scripture. And it's truly a blessed time and a fulfillment of a prophecy or promise to mankind and to humanity that we've been able to witness firsthand through the life of Imam Deen Muhammad. So just a lot of this talk that I'm saying, the average person may have difficulty putting their mind around it or understanding, where am I coming from? Because most people aren't too deeply spiritual or faithful. But if you could just wrap your mind around that concept or that idea that we're all creation of God and we're all created equal as human beings on this earth and have equal potential, and that some of us remain on one level and remain in one place, and through our faith we get through the trials and tribulations of life, and then others of us give ourselves to God, and we too give our faith and make it through our trials and tribulations. But those that have guidance, it's a great mercy when